going on? What's going on? There he is. We are now live with Brandon. Where is he? Hey, Brandon J. Marks.
Oh,
There he
can
is. What's
you hear
going
me?
on, sir?
Yeah,
Hey, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
I can't. Loud and clear, buddy. Loud and
Sweet.
clear.
I'm ecstatic.
How are you?
I'm amazing. How about yourself?
I am blessed, highly favored. I am feeling good, and I'm ready for an amazing conversation.
I love it. I'm ready.
Yes. So if you guys are familiar with Brandon, we had him on BLK Talk about a year or so ago.
Yeah.
Because he released a project, had some stuff going on, and now he's back because guess what? He released another. Um, yes, peace, love, and peace, joy, and love.
No, you said it right. Peace, love, joy.
Yeah, peace, love, joy. Yeah. Okay.
BLJ. Yeah.
So yeah, he just released that. Oh my God! Do you know? I just realized something.
What?
Peace, love, joy. I mean, if you switch those like letters around, the PLJ around, those are my initials.
Come on.
Wow, LPJ. Wow, it's crazy.
Really?
Yes. So
That's powerful.
we're gonna go ahead real quick and get into peace, love, joy, and where it came from. I was listening to the song, and it meant one thing to me,
Ooh,
but for you, the person who's singing the song, person who wrote the song, the person who brought the song to us,
sure.
where did the inspiration come for you?
Sure. Well, so first, I want to say thank you. You're a personal friend to me, but you're also just like a real supporter. And so I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
No
But for
problem.
the song itself, I would say, I write with double entendres. I use a lot of metaphors when
Mm-hmm.
I write, because I like the listener to be able to paint the picture as needed. And at heart, I'm a storyteller, so I'm always incorporating the sound effects and things just to bring the music to life. But I'm calling this song conscious R&B because I feel like, um, the past 5 years, going on 6 years, I've experienced a wealth of heartbreak when it comes to relationships,
Mm.
and not just like romantic, but
Friendship.
platonic relationships, friendships,
Yes.
where there's like connections that you would deem worthy of a lifetime, and they've come to a close
That's
just out of nowhere. And so Peace of Joy really came from that experience. Just experiencing heartbreak and losing people in my life, not even to death, but to life
mm,
itself. And I think we kind of can forget that you can lose people to life and not just to death because your life is evolving. And their lives are evolving. So that's really what birthed the song POJ. Is I just went into a place of introspection to connect with myself and realize that peace, love, and joy wasn't connected to an external relationship. It was something that was already in me that I connected to
mm.
and with other experiences. So if that makes sense.
That is amazing. And the crazy thing, like, about listening to that song and you releasing that song at this moment in time. Me personally, I have been dealing with the loss of a lot of different relationships. Whether it be actual relationships, whether it be friendships, familyships, whatever it is. But I've also noticed that this seems to be the season of shedding. And a lot of people seem to be shedding relationships or situations that no longer serve them. And it's like that song is the perfect anthem
Whoa.
for this season. And it's like I want everybody to hear this song because if it inspires you to do what's best for you
Yeah.
without looking back and being happy for yourself, then like you need to do that. Like that song, it kind of let me know that the death of certain relationships is okay.
Yeah.
If that makes sense because the relationship I have with myself is a little bit more important
Sure.
than the one, if especially if it's not
Yeah.
serving me. Correct.
Yeah. Definitely. For sure. For
So,
sure.
on behalf of the music lovers, on behalf of the people that are out here going through things in life, experiencing life, I'll just
Sure.
say that whether it's good or bad. Thank you for being the storyteller that gave words to what it is we're experiencing.
Wow. Thank you for that.
Of course. Now,
My
I mean, when
pleasure.
it comes to things like that, like you're a storyteller, you're a person that has gone through experiences, and I'm sure that like sometimes people share their lives with you, and from that you may craft a song or an idea or whatever. Um, is that heavy? Like, do you like? Oh God, you done gave me this good scenario, and now I gotta write a song about it. Like, are you that type of person where it becomes too much sometimes?
Well, you personally know me, so you already know I don't stop singing
No,
and I don't stop writing either.
not at all.
So I don't stop writing. So it's not because music is organic for
Mm,
me and it's a language, like it's literally how I communicate other than words itself to put it and to pin it with melody. So I don't find it hard at all. It's very easy for me
mm,
to write.
mm.
And it's also easy for me to tell a story. I'm passionate about storytelling and being able to speak that experience for someone. So it's not heavy,
I feel like you need to
light work.
classes, lead some classes, some storytelling classes, some songwriter classes, because I for one am one of those people that would love to hear some of the things that I've gone through
Yeah.
behind a melody. Like I would love to be able to sing that song to the top of my lungs in a car, but I'm not a songwriter.
No, I love that you said that. I've had this idea probably 3 years. It's called From Left to Right, and it is not just songwriting but also book writing because I have two books and I'm writing two and a half books right now. So I'm trying to get it all out. So no, that's definitely something I'm heavily considering doing. So if you're serious about that, I'm gonna definitely let you know.
I am absolutely serious. You
Okay,
heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Q is serious. Okay. Yes. So hold on.
got you.
Two books. You said two and a half books.
Yes.
First of all, let's get to the half.
Okay.
What is the half a book that
Okay,
you're
it's
writing?
still developing because like my mind is in mental detox. I teach mental detox, which is a non-traditional therapy or an alternative to therapy. So I'm doing that, but so I have a book on that specifically. It's a guide to mental detox, and then I also have a another book that I'm writing called "Is Peace, Love, Joy."
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's also this brand that I'm launching out of that revelation, out of this song, and it's called "Feel Good, Be Good, and Attract Good." So
Okay.
it's an entirely, yeah. I'm working it out. I'm working it out.
Friend is out here working now. As far as these mental detox classes,
Yeah,
tell us about that because the people out there, we need what we need, and we need to be healthy. We need to be flourishing, and having your mental clear and flowing correctly is something that we all need. So tell us like about the mental detox class and why it's an important thing.
absolutely. So I started mental detox. I guess it's been about 6 years ago. I just moved from LA. You know a little bit about that story. We talked a little bit about it on our first interview. But I experienced a lot of growing up. I won't even just call it trauma. It was a lot of maturity that happened during that time and the experiences that I had with the jobs that I had and the relationships that I had. And when I came home, I was just like trying to find myself. I felt like I was in pieces. I had left myself in different places. And so, coming from a faith background, I had like the spiritual knowledge, and I went to school and I went to seminary for counseling, but I just needed something deeper. So I started like tying in psychology and neuroscience and all of these other divine truths into faith to create and establish what is mental detox. And it's simply just ending negative thought patterns. That's what I help people do. I do private classes with clients. We can set up a Zoom or a virtual class. We put my plug in. You can look me up on Mental Detox Today on Instagram. So that's pretty much what mental detox is all about: clearing the clutter in your soul.
Plan the Ooh. Um, so before we end it, I need to go ahead and book my session because like I gotta get it together. Like I feel that in order to be as great as I need to be in this next chapter,
Yeah,
um, like I said earlier, certain things had to be shed. But it's not always an easy thing. And then, you have your things that you deal with mentally. I'm a person that's always in my head and I'm always thinking about stuff.
yeah,
But I would like to not think about certain things anymore because I would like to move beyond them. So yes, yeah, I need to get on that book. So go ahead and pull that schedule out,
I got you.
and we'll have that conversation very, very soon.
Okay.
Um, so in addition to releasing
Yeah.
music, what is coming up next for you? And aside from these 2.5 books.
Oh, okay. Christmas music. So there is another single. I'm working on it, and I want to say Thanksgiving.
Okay.
It'll probably drop for Thanksgiving. There's a EP in spring.
So we'll see you back here in the spring.
Spring, summer. Please tell
Spring,
me you know the
summer,
reference
September.
from what is that Real
Real
Housewives of Atlanta?
Housewives.
Spring, summer.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's an EP, is which is a follow up to Roller Coaster, if you remember that song. So it'll be Brandon Land, which is an amusement park themed album, which is all about relationships and the ebbs and flows of what that looks like. So
So
that's
when it comes to releasing music, a lot of artists, like there are some artists that I know that may ride off of one song for years. And so that song is like etched into people's head. But there are some artists that, when they have an idea, they write it down, they record it, they put it out there. Now for you, like how is your process as far as releasing music? Because you may have an EP here, you may have a song here, you may have another EP here. How does that
right.
work for you?
Yeah, so I see music as energy. I send it out as it's needed.
Mm,
I don't really the only reason I'm holding certain things right now is just because if I feel the timing is not
mm,
there for it,
mm,
and I may have received like the idea or the lyrics or the melody early, but it's for a different time. Because ultimately, I wanted to release this last EP this year, but
mm.
it just was not. I could tell the alignment wasn't there. So it's a pretty easy process. I just pay attention to what needs to be said right now. And Peace, Love, Joy was like right now. That's the same thing that happened with Black Man. Like I wrote Black Man out of that time. George Floyd and everything that we were
Yeah.
experiencing, COVID, and like we needed hope. And so I really just write to the time, and I send that energy out, and I infuse the music with what I want people to feel. So like when I recorded Peace Love Joy, I'm literally in the studio inhaling and exhaling consciously
Mhm.
to embody the music and to like influence it.
Mm. And speaking of all of this, it reminded me of something.
Yeah.
Candles. When
Oh man.
are we getting more of those? Because like
So
some of your songs have that candle vibe.
they need a
That
candle.
ain't no ordinary love. Like you want to light a
That's
candle and you want to,
dope.
So when can we get those? Because I'm telling you, like I look at mine almost every day and I want to light it, but it's been a year since you gave it to me, and I'm like, I don't want to light it if I'm not getting another one.
Oh man. Wow, you about to make me start a whole candle line. And peace, love, joy.
Yep,
Black
yep.
man, you know what? I have to find a collaborator. I have to connect with a different supplier, um, and then we can start rolling them out again.
How much what you need? I just moved. I got a little space in the basement now. We can. What do you need?
You about to help me
We're
make
gonna
them
start
the
turning out
soy
candles.
candles.
So, what else was I going to ask you? Oh, hmm.
Uh-oh.
In about a week or two, about no, hold up, in about a week or so, the world is going to change, hopefully
Yes,
for the better.
sure.
Okay, it's time to vote. Some people have already voted. Some people are preparing to vote next week. However, voting is something that is real big right now. Me personally, I've done my civic duty and I have voted.
Yeah,
I am tired of the text messages, the emails. I am tired of all the junk mail. I've done it. Okay,
sure.
I've done it. So for you, in this season, why do you feel like this particular election? Of course, every election is important,
Right.
but this particular election in general, why do you feel like it's important for all of us?
Yeah. Um, Simple. We're fighting for peace, love, and joy.
There you go.
So, and I think it's important to go out and vote, not just for your president, but you're voting for your governor, you're voting for judges. Like, it's a lot that goes into it. I think a lot of times we only think about voting as who's going to be at the White House.
Yeah.
There's so much more that is going into it. And I think it's really important that we go and do our part, as you said, our civic duty, but also take up our responsibility, especially as people of color. I've been seeing the circulating videos of the lady saying in 1960, she paid $2 to
Oh,
vote, and all the yeah, the poll
she had it
tax.
on her shirt.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they were saying it was two ladies on that video, and they were saying that other ethnicities, Caucasians, did not have to vote, and that that was only 1960. We were born in the 1900s. Like, we're not far removed from that, and so I think it's a part of our responsibility for our heritage, for our blood, for our nationality, to get out and use the voice that we now have. We did not always have a voice here, but I do believe it is heard, by way of our vote, by way of our music, by way of our art, by way of our podcast, Black Talk Official. So let's do our part and get our vote. And I did early voting because I didn't want to wait to the last minute and not want to wait in the lines. That's not even an excuse. So I went out, I did my part, and I just encourage all of your community, and all of my followers to get out and vote. Let's do our part. You can't make no complaints for the next 4 years
If
if you don't get out and do nothing.
and trust and believe, guys, if you've done the registration, the voter registration, like you were supposed to before the deadline, like it is not an issue at all to get out and vote. I went out there at, well, I got there at 7. It didn't open until 8, but it took me 7 minutes. I was the first person in line. I was the first person that
Oh,
cast my vote, and I was gone. I was at Waffle House 15 minutes later. Like, so there is no issue. It
yeah.
shouldn't be an issue for you guys to get out. And early voting in most states is done on this Friday, and then regular voting is next Tuesday. So make sure you guys vote. Okay.
Yeah, well, I want to add because when I went to do early voting last week, I got in line, I got to the little booth, and they were looking up everything with my identification, and they told me I wasn't registered, I wasn't coming up in the system. So I was like really bothered because I was like 2 years ago when I was doing local elections, they tried that.
Mm,
So I ended up calling, and I want to encourage anybody else, if they do that, to actually call like whatever county you're in. I called Harris County, and I was like, "Hey, I need y'all to look me up because they're saying I'm not registered," and they'll give you a unique number. Voter is, I believe it's called VUI, which is a voter unique identification number. And they were able to look me up. Then I was able to vote. So don't let nothing stop you. Like, get your vote in if you know you were registered.
Speaking of Harris, did you go to the rally last week while she was in Texas?
I did, and the tough part is I had to leave early because I had to sing somewhere. But I did, and I was happy to be in that environment, in that space. It was so much hope. I felt the energy of hope. But yeah, it was Kamala Harris, it was Beyonce, it was me and my friend went out there. It was
Can we not forget
thousands of
Kelly Rowland?
the beautiful Kelly Rowland.
Don't forget
Oh,
Kelly. I mean,
no, no,
even
no, sorry.
Tina was there. Even Tina was there,
She was.
and she
Yeah, it
spoke.
was so much fun. What'd you say?
Like everybody actually got out and spoke. Who, like out of the conversations that you were able to hear that day, what is something that you felt stuck out in your head?
Hmm. Um, I'll be honest. I would probably want to say that it was the people that stepped on stage, but I don't even think it was that inspired me the most. It was seeing all the nationalities around me. This was my first like political rally that I've ever been to as an adult. Well,
Hmm.
I never went as a child either. So this was a really big, like, monumental moment, and that's really why I wanted to do it. Number one, because it was my first time as an adult, but number two, because of Kamala Harris being a woman of color, and the first one to kind of be able to take this space and this place, um, since what, Shirley Chisholm. So to make it this far, and she's made it further than
Yeah,
her, as an actual Democratic choice or pick. So I think the gathering of all the people is what really did it for me, to see every nationality, every race, every person that's like standing for the same thing. We're fighting for our freedom. We're
did,
fighting for our democracy.
did that inspire you? A few words from that would make an amazing song. I mean, you you
Freedom.
might as well go ahead. You got to create your own one.
Beyonce wrote
Okay.
it.
Nah, not that one. We need a new one. We need a Brandon J. Marks original. Okay.
You tempted me, man. You know I'll write
I
it.
mean, and release it on November 6th.
Okay, I don't have enough time.
I mean, look, you don't know what the good Lord is gonna put in your head tonight. I will send you a sentence, and you just run off of that sentence. At least have it ready for her inauguration. Yes, I am speaking that into
Oh,
existence.
you speaking at Kamala Harris, so we it's hotties for Harris, right?
Hotties for Harris. Yes, let's do it. So let's go
I
ahead
got
and
you.
write that. When are you coming back to Atlanta? I know last time you were in Atlanta, you performed,
Yeah.
and now I think it's time for you to come on back.
Okay. Well, whew, you gotta tell me when. We gotta make it happen.
Okay. We'll talk
Okay.
offline, but yeah, I
Okay.
definitely feel like Atlanta needs your presence again. It's time.
Yes, sir.
You got a lot going on, especially all this encouraging music that you're putting out there. Like it's time to share it with the people because we need it. We need the peace. We need the love. We need the joy. We need the smile. We need the
Oh,
voice. Okay.
oh man. Thank you for that.
Absolutely. So, is there anything that you want to leave the people with before we are done?
Yeah, I just want to say choose peace, love, and joy. It's a choice every day. Your life, your happiness is not predicated on an experience, but it's a decision that you make. You can be late going to work and still have a great day. You cannot have all the money that you don't have or that you want or desire and still have a great day. Every day is what you make it. And so I just want to encourage you to choose peace, choose love, choose joy in every relationship, every disconnection, every breakup. Leave them with that. It's a gift that keeps giving back to you.
I appreciate that. Is that the way that you end all your sessions? Because
Man, no, no,
it
I
gave
should
me
add that.
chills.
Really?
It did. Well, I'm gonna call you as soon as this is over. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Brandon, so much
Thank you so much, Q.
for tuning in. Congratulations on everything. I'm looking forward to spring, summer, September when you come back and we have this conversation again with Brandon Land. That is
Yeah.
Brandon Land. I like that. And thank you guys once again for tuning in. Make sure you
Hey,
guys follow Brandon though.
well,
Where can they follow you and the
detox.
mental
Yeah.
detox? Yeah.
Uh, Instagram, Mental Detox Today. And you can follow me on all platforms, Brandon J. Marks, musically and social media sites too. I wanted to add, I don't know if you remember this song. Well, I was at your house and it was like, I can't sing it on here, man. But I'm gonna sing it when I call you.
Okay.
It's gonna be on the EP. It's gonna be on there. I'm excited. It's a Brandon.
Oh.
It,
Goodbye, guys. I'm about to go. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate you so
Bye.
much.
Thank you, Shay. Thank you, Leon. People that dropped in. Thank you, Chaddington. Love you guys.